All right, welcome back to Fleccas Talks, the podcast, episode 140. Today on the show, DeSantis finally ended his presidential campaign that he never should have started, and we'll tell you what we think is going to happen next. Then we have a new video from the border, and it's our most egregious border update yet. Then we got a new trans golfer that's about to dominate the LPGA Tour and cringe of the week. And last but not least, a little white girl was attacked by an unhinged black woman, and the media and police chief are stumped as to what the motive was. We're going to tell you what it was. All this and more, it's Fleccas Talks, the podcast, episode 140, ranked the best new podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words, but at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
It's Fleccas Talks, the podcast, featuring Richard Grab.
All right, one for one on the intro, as always. This week's episode is brought to you by our friends over at Fume. Now, guys, cold turkey is great for sandwiches, but it's not always the best approach when it comes to breaking your bad habits. And I'm not saying you should be doing any crazy voodoo or trying to hypnotize yourself or cast spells, because technically that would be witchcraft. I'm talking about using the fantastic flavored air device from our partners over at Fume. Now, Fume has a different approach when it comes to breaking your bad habits because they realize that not all parts of your habits are bad. So instead of making drastic, unsustainable changes, Fume just removed bad from your habit. The award-winning flavored air device from Fume does just that. Instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. Instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. And instead of harmful chemicals, Fume uses delicious flavors. Instead of bad, Fume is good. It's a habit you're free to enjoy, and it makes replacing your bad habits easy. Right now is the best time to start your good habit with Fume. All orders between now and the end of the month will be buy one, get one free on all cores, so you can stock up and accomplish your New Year's resolutions. Plus, as a listener of the show, you'll also get 10% off when you use code FLECCAS at checkout. Thank you to Fume for sponsoring. Now let's get into housekeeping. All right. Thank you to Fume for sponsoring.
Thank you, Fume.
Always good to break your bad habits. Show watchers know that. We have a lot to get to today. We have a very busy, very important housekeeping as always. First things first, DeSantis is out.
Out. Sunday night, he announced it on a Twitter video. He looked happy. He looked relieved.
He looked relieved. He looked like the most natural we've ever seen him. He was just happy it was finally over, which is sad because you didn't need to do that, buddy.
Wasted a lot of people's money.
Wasted a lot of people's money, a lot of time, and you kind of like put a wrench into your political career that you could hopefully come out of.
I think he's on the way from recovering from it, and he'll come out of it, but some of the DeSantis influencers we may have lost forever.
Yeah. So DeSantis, there is a road to redemption. Welcome back, Ron. You're the best governor in the country. We like you.
Yeah.
You could have just paid your dues and been a high-level Trump henchman.
High-level henchman, you tried to graduate to boss too early. The heist was unsuccessful, and we've seen how that goes when henchmen fail heists.
Yeah,
So
you can't turn on your boss if you're the henchman. I thought everyone knew that.
yeah. There's a reason you get beat up first in the movie, right?
Yeah, exactly. He could have just let Trump do his thing and then got promoted to boss naturally when boss gets a little too old.
Exactly.
You could have handed it off to you. You could have been the VP.
100%.
Let's not get too. Let's not hash up old problems. But here's Ron after a year of campaigning against Trump.
Yep.
He's that kid that got lost in the woods for 6 days.
In Montana.
So now that DeSantis is done, the DeSantis supporters, the influencer class, now out of spite, instead of supporting Trump, now they're pretending that RFK is the best.
Some of them.
Some of them.
Let's not get too broad brush
Like we said last week, some are coming back and becoming normal and trying to lay low and hide for a little bit, which is the right thing to do.
Exactly. It's like a heist. It's another henchman analogy. You lay low after the heist and then wait for things to blow over.
You got to get out of town for a little bit.
Exactly.
We'll call you when it's good to come
you'll
back.
You'll come back.
Yeah, exactly. And it's interesting because a lot of the influencers who are supporting DeSantis are now saying RFK is the way. But let me run this little experiment by you.
Okay.
If DeSantis ran for president and did really well, and everyone wanted DeSantis,
Yeah.
when the election came against Joe Biden, would you go vote for Ron DeSantis?
Yeah. 100%.
Of course.
So easily.
You have to.
I like him. He's very close, to
Yeah.
Trump, and just ran worse of a campaign, has worse name recognition in the broad scheme of things, and like to the general population of America. So I like Ron.
Yeah, I like Ron too.
I'm not an insane person.
But isn't that crazy that now the people who like committed to Ron and are doubling and tripling, quadrupling down, now it's, oh, we like RFK. And so they want to lose out of spite.
Yeah.
They want the country to fail out of spite so they can say, see, told you Trump can't get elected.
Yeah.
And it's so stupid because we would have voted for Ron.
Yeah. And I'll never vote for RFK.
Exactly. But the people who picked Ron...
That was not my best work there.
That's all right. You're way better at it than I am. But the people who picked RFK now, it's like the same reason they picked Ron. They think they're smarter than everyone and ahead of a curve, and Trump's done, and MAGA's just a fad.
I don't know. They're bitter right now. It's like a bad breakup. They're bitter. They wasted a lot of their own life, too. A lot of months of their own effort and energy spinning their wheels in the mud. So, I mean, I don't know. Let's give them some time to breathe, and hopefully they won't be still talking about RFK a month from now.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think they will be.
Olive Branch. We have grace.
Redemption.
Yeah.
He's a great governor.
Redemption is
the guy.
Redemption is a classic America story, pure Americana.
And we live in Florida for a reason. Seriously, though, Biden's obviously still very unlikable.
Yeah.
That's the candidate that the Democrats are running as of now. There was a picture of Biden in front of like a deli or like a menu or something from when he was on the campaign trail, but from the pre-election 2020 to now. And at the same restaurant, the menu prices went up like 50%.
It was 28%, and it was Cookout, which is like notoriously the cheapest place ever. It's huge in the South in Atlanta, and it went up 28%. So in 3 short years.
That's a lot.
That's chunky. That's, you can't ignore 28%. I can ignore, hey, you can sneak 5%, 10%. You can sneak that by me. 28%, 3 years. Come on.
Yeah, that's not good. But there's a Biden influencer class too.
Harry Sisson types.
Harry Sisson and the other guy. Who's the guy that's always, oh boy?
Dash. Come on. Forgot Dash's name.
Dash Dabrowski. And then there's this other guy on Twitter.
Brooklyn Defiant Dad.
Yeah. Can you read what he said?
Yeah. And this guy really goes above and beyond.
Yeah.
He said, I've spoken to a bunch of Gen Z folks this week, and I'm here to tell you that they don't care about the BS hype around President Biden's age. They like his experience. They see his accomplishments. They like what he's doing for the environment and for healthcare and student loans. And they do not want Republicans passing a national abortion ban or taking rights from LGBTQ folks. The young folks are paying attention and ready to vote blue in Rovember.
What's Rovember
Like
even?
Roe v. Wade. He's trying to make it all about abortion, I think.
So
Said folks twice.
Yeah.
Mentioned LGBTQ and abortion as many times as he could. That's a classic leftist tweet.
yeah, and they're completely pretending that that's like the populist sentiment for Joe Biden.
Yeah, I talked to Gen Z. I'm just making up a tweet. Like, he's not having discussions.
Completely made up a tweet. I was going to say, did Joe Biden write this? But Joe Biden couldn't even write this. Joe Biden can't even bag groceries.
Yeah, did a Joe Biden staffer write this and send it directly to you? I think so.
Yeah, so that's what they're pretending. That they're pretending Joe Biden's normal and everything's fine. There's actually a funny situation earlier in the week or a couple days ago where Jill Biden was giving a speech at Hunter High School and it said Hunter High in front of her. Yeah, that's pretty funny. That's when the simulation winks. Shows you who the bad guys are, who the good guys are.
Yeah,
but
Hunter's
also,
high. Hunter's high as a kite.
But it could also be like a SEO thing, a search engine optimization thing.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like
Thai food near me, and they go Hunter High. Oh, here's Dr. Jill speaking at the high school, not Hunter smoking the crack and the Parmesan.
Yeah, here's Dr. Jill speaking at Hunter High.
Yeah, you're right.
Or Thai food near me, like other restaurant called Thai food near me.
Yeah.
So when you search it, that's who you come up with. So that's kind of funny.
Nobody ever said the DNC wasn't smart, you know?
Or thinking of ways to
snake
people. Exactly. So obviously, everyone on the show knows and everyone watching the show knows Joe Biden's not going to be the guy running for president.
Yeah, I don't know. They're running out of time, though. It's coming up. We have like 8 or 10 months, you know?
It is coming up, but they kind of need to do it. They need to let it run out of time because if you don't, then you have to kind of participate in a primary.
Okay.
So they're going to let it run out of time, and then I've been seeing these articles planted.
Debates are kind of like the end point because somebody's going to need to debate Trump,
so
right?
The primaries and the debate, it's going to happen like right in the middle, right before the debate. But yeah, there's a lot of articles going around about how it says Michelle Obama's potential move to shake up the 2024 presidential race.
Michelle Obama could sneak her way into the 2024 race. Yeah.
So show watchers know. We told you guys that, I think, in 2021.
Yeah.
Which is almost like, I don't even know. But we'll be proven right on that. Show watchers definitely know. And here's a little kicker. This might sound crazy.
Okay.
But I think Michelle Obama could run with Nikki Haley.
Oh.
Because they're both uniparty people.
Yeah.
They're from both sides. So if something were to happen where Joe Biden's not running and then Michelle Obama's going to step up and fill the void, hey, let's mend our problems and let's pull a person from each side. And then Nikki Haley has also been doing this thing lately where she does interviews telling everyone how hard it was to be a brown woman in America growing up.
Yeah.
The Michelle Obama story.
Exactly.
So
2 brown women, 1 ticket.
Yeah. So that's what I'm seeing. Could, what's her name? Nikki Haley.
Betray the Republicans.
Be the uniparty person, team up with Michelle Obama, a.k.a. Big Mike, and run in 2024.
Yeah.
Potentially.
There's 1%. That's like a multiple leg parlay. You could get there.
But yes, show watchers knew Michelle Obama way early. The Nikki Haley kicker parlay, that's a late ad.
You just watched that get invented right now. So
yeah. And, I'm not putting all my money on that, but the Michelle Obama, I would. Yeah. Let's move on.
And Gavin wants in, too. Gavin Newsom wants in. So he'll do anything. He'll suck. He'll fuck. He'll do anything to get in.
I just want in so bad.
I'll suck you.
I'll fucking suck you. All right, let's move on. Novak Djokovic is making his way up the ladder.
I don't know.
What do they call it in tennis?
I'm not sure, man. I don't follow tennis that much. I just watch the majors.
Yeah. So he keeps winning. And there was a guy who wrote an article because Novak did not get the maxine, right? Then there was a guy who wrote an article, multiple articles about Novak saying that he's selfish and he's a conspiracy theorist and
he would never be the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Because he didn't get the maxine. Well, that guy who wrote the articles, he ended up dying at the Australian Open while covering the event. He just collapsed and died.
Yeah, 59 years old, so he wasn't exactly, a spry young chicken, but he died on the job.
Yeah, which is kind of ironic.
Yeah, that's fair use of that word.
Kind of simulation winky.
A little bit winky, half a wink. The eye twitched at least.
There's a subtle wink if you noticed it, which is very interesting. And then also during a match point of one of Novak's matches, he was serving, someone yelled, "Get maxed, Novak!" Like, get the maxine. And he kind of looked, took a moment, everyone calmed down, and then he aced the guy and won the match.
Don't think he needs it.
You talk shit, and then he does an ace and wins the match. It's like the resolution happened in 2 seconds right in front of everybody.
Yeah.
It's easy to see what's going on. And it's kind of with the guy who wrote the articles about the maxine. It's like some what goes around comes around type shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Everyone kind of, if you do evil and try to manipulate and spread lies, you kind of get what's coming.
You might drop dead a little prematurely. I don't know. I guess.
Novak didn't.
Yeah. Novak's fine. He's going to win.
They were telling him, you're going to be dead because of, you're going to get sick. And then I saw this, speaking of the maxine and this society kind of split into the Muppets and the people who are awake, right? I saw a really good carnivore Aurelius tweet that kind of sums it up. Can you give it a read?
He said, the world is splitting into 2. Number 1, people who are living in developed areas don't care much about health, poisoned and almost guaranteed to be a victim of modern society with exponentially increasing rates of cancer, autoimmune issues, obesity, and diabetes. Group number 2, people who GTFO of modern society, take complete control of their health, cook their own meals, do not touch any brand name personal care products, filter their own water, grow their own food, and are actually healthy. Which way will you go?
Yeah. So that's where things are headed.
I agree. There's a lot of food where it's just you just jammed soybean oil into the mayo. That should be a 2-ingredient thing. And, we got to keep it shelf stable, right?
It's got to stay on the shelf for 3 years.
We got to put it on the shelf for 3 years so some fat fuck can come grab it.
And slurp it.
Yeah, they slurp. You used to slurp.
I used to.
I used to slurp.
And look at me now.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we're awakening. We're awakening. That's the important part.
We haven't, exactly. We're not eating seed oils. We never will again. Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Another bad week for the airlines.
Yeah.
There was bolts missing on a flight, and then someone from the window.
Someone sitting in the window seat on the wing goes, hey.
So
NYC bound flight canceled when passenger notices missing bolts on plane wing. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically the airlines at this point are too busy making sure they have like advertisements with gay guys and like parades for drag queens.
Yeah, the TV in the seat back in front of you, it's like twink shit, and then like hopefully you don't look and see the missing bolts and all the tape that's on the wings.
Yeah, the airlines are focused so much on making sure there's twink shit everywhere and drag queen parades that they forgot to check if the wings were screwed on.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
what are we calling it? You need to do a visual pat down of the plane yourself, and it's called like a DEI safety check, like where you're the guy doing it.
And you wear like a high-vis vest, and you gotta just look around and make sure the wings are screwed on.
Exactly. The old days, they used to just come around and say, hey, you're in the emergency exit row. Could you help in case of an emergency, blah, 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 and you have to give the verbal consent. Now you need to check the plane. It's crazy. It's crazy how fast it happened, right?
Now you need to check the plane. And then there was also a Boeing situation where Boeing had a flight over Miami catch on fire out of the engine, kind of.
Yeah.
And someone did a juxtaposition type of thing where they had a Boeing diversity ad with the plane. Can you give that a play?
Diversity has many voices.
Creating a lot of assumptions.
Coming between me and others.
Telling them what to think.
About who I am.
But diversity has another voice.
Telling me that I can lead Boeing into the future.
The plane's on fire.
Plane's on fire, not quite. And I mean, that's a 747, so that's like an old-ass plane. That's not new, but that's, I guess, maintenance again, you know?
Yeah, and these people literally can't run a company anymore because they're too focused on gay sex.
Yeah.
That almost happened to us here on the show, but then we compartmentalized it and put it into Cringe of the Week.
Exactly. We actually used it for good, and now it fuels like a third of our show every week.
Yeah. Let us handle the...
Obsessing about gay sex.
Obsessing about gay sex.
They like it, though. We, you know...
Yeah, we don't. We definitely don't like it.
We don't.
All right, let's move on. It's too depressing.
Okay. I thought I was having fun.
Yeah, me too. I almost put my leg up.
Oh, get that hairy knee.
Everyone's telling me not to.
Get that hairy knee out of the frame.
Changing your underwear every day?
Yeah, well, let's see.
There's a reason I'm playing this. I'm not just playing this for nothing.
Okay.
I think you should change your underwear every day. It's my personal practice as a human, but also as a physician. I think that also for health reasons, it's wise. I think changing your underwear every day helps potentially lower the risk of moisture being trapped in your genital area and developing bacterial yeast infections and stuff like that. May lower the risk of rashes and irritation, exacerbations of eczema, psoriasis, if that's what you have. I think it's a wise thing, kind of like we change our clothes every day. I'm kind of along the lines of, let's change our underwear every day.
So there you have it. Everyone knows you can't just take your shorts and underwear off at night and then wake up in the morning next to your bed and pick them up and put them back on.
Okay.
You can't do that. You also can't leave them out and then after a few days when they dry, treat them like they're clean and put it back on.
Okay.
And obviously everyone knows you can turn them inside out.
Oh.
But you can only do that once.
Yeah.
So I just want to get everyone on the same page. Because we become adults, but hygiene's important.
Thank you, doctor. I needed that doctor's message to tell me not to do that. turn them inside out. I haven't even thought of that. So, wow, thank you.
You get one re-wear if you turn it inside out.
Okay.
But the problem is people think, I'll just leave the underwear out a couple days on the floor, and then when it dries up, I'll use it.
Let it sun dry. Is that what you do?
Yeah, no. That's disgusting. All right, let's move on to our immigration section. There's only 2 pages of housekeeping left.
Okay.
Immigration section, let's see here. The terrorist, the future terrorist.
Yeah.
So this guy got apprehended by Border Patrol or whoever, and listen to what he says.
By the way, if you are smart enough, you will know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're going to know who I am. Very easy.
Wow, very easy. The entire...
That's interesting.
I like to cross into a new host country and immediately start issuing threats.
Like terroristic threats.
Yeah, in that Middle Eastern accent. We love that here.
You don't know who I am, but soon you're going to know exactly who I am. So to me...
Let's say things could get explosive.
Yeah. So
I wonder how many aliases this guy has.
That tells me that the CIA, Iran, might be up to something terrorist-wise to jumpstart World War III.
Hey, I can see it happen. Lindsey Graham takes the bait, immediately sends a nuke.
And I think this, to start World War III, you're going to have to go nuclear. So you're either going to have to blow up a nuclear reactor in Ukraine and blame Russia, or you're going to do like a Iran-style dirty bomb somewhere else, and that's going to be what they do to jumpstart World War III. They need to go nuclear. They're going to have to do something.
Okay.
All right, let's move on. We're still in our illegal immigrant section. The illegals looking for Border Patrol. This is the egregious clip we talked about in the intro. It's borderline satire.
Borderline satire, one of the clearest examples of backwards and upside down I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And you know how we talk about that, so I'll just let it play.
That was a case about a mile upstream from Shelby Park where we met a pair of migrants named Edwin and Wilmer from Guatemala who say they were looking for another area to cross where they wouldn't be immediately arrested. Ahora, ¿cuál es el plan? What's your plan right now? To go look for Border Patrol?
Que ellos nos tomen, intentar entregarnos, no sé, a migración nos dijeron.
So what they just said is that they're walking along the border here. They're looking for Border Patrol agents so that they can surrender to them.
So
illegal immigrants looking for the Border Patrol.
Exactly. And like you said, it's backwards and upside down, because backwards would be not hiding from Border Patrol and not trying to sneak past Border Patrol and not be noticed. That would be the backwards, because obviously the forwards regular way would be
avoid them.
Avoid Border Patrol. So backwards is you're not avoiding Border Patrol, and the upside down part is not only are you not avoiding Border Patrol, you're looking for Border Patrol so you can get into America easier.
What happened?
What the fuck?
And I mean, we've said this before, but like if you showed this to someone in 1980, it's like, oh, illegal immigrants are looking for Border Patrol to cross the southern border. I'd be like, what? Like if I saw the world today, did we lose a war? And the Twinks and the Mexicans, they're working together? We lost this?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know.
It's like drug dealers looking for the cops.
Yeah. It's criminals. It's the murderer looking for a jail cell. He goes, oh, I'll tuck myself in. He closes it. Like, what are you talking about?
He locks himself and throws the key.
What happened?
Yeah. And also another problem with the illegals is they're pissing and shitting everywhere.
Yeah, not a joke. Not a joke. New York City neighborhood turned into giant toilet as migrants litter park with poop, leave cups of urine on doorsteps. So, which is shocking to me because if you piss in a cup, you dump it on the ground.
Dump it in the gutter.
You don't just leave the cup
on someone's doorstep.
Yeah, and so here's some pictures of the porta potties. They're absolutely blown out. These guys aren't changing their underwear every day for sure. They're blowing out the porta potties. And then there's a quote from some old man who goes, "I've cut this part of the park out of my daily walk because of the filth," said neighbor Michael Bartley, 73. It's just like,
sorry, Michael Bartley, your country's gone.
Yeah, that nice park you walked through, it's for pissing and shitting now.
For illegals who just got here from Guatemala.
What happened?
Yeah, and also keep in mind with the illegals, these are all like military-aged men.
Of course.
So like if they're capable enough to come to America, the country they leave behind has like one less capable man in that country. So the country that's left behind will continue to get exploited.
Yeah.
And then when the country keeps getting exploited, you're going to have more people that want to get out.
Yeah.
So it's like it goes both ways where like everyone here, yeah, that upsets our system and our society, but it also ruins the country they came from, which sucked already, even more.
Yeah.
Randall Island, is that what it is? Randall Island?
Yeah, Randall's Island Migrant Center.
Huge migrant center, and they're all fucking and sucking each other.
Yeah, aside from pissing and shitting, they get to Randall's Migrant Center, and this is from Viral News NYC. He said he received reports that Randall's Island shelter is like one big party. Last week alone, 10 women returned to the intake center pregnant. I was told drugs and drinking are common things there. Multiple stabbings took place at the center since it opened, with one migrant losing his life. Security guards are constantly pulling kitchen knives off migrants. And get this, there's a constant battle between black migrants and migrants from South America. So we already got some new blood feuds brewing.
Ooh, we got a couple of blood feuds, a little race war.
Yeah, remember back in the day, like the Irish and the Italians used to fight for control over cities? Now there's just like low-level race wars with kitchen knives.
And then there was one that was caught on camera between Africans and Somalis, like people from Africa. Or no, it was American blacks.
I think this is black Americans fighting with Somalis in Minneapolis. Yeah, so it was a huge race-fueled brawl between black and Somalian students, which broke out at a Minneapolis high school with parents who got involved, arrested by cops. And we're just going to show a little bit of the video. You know, it's classic high school brawl shit, but with a racial element now. And they're trying to break it up for a long time. And then the one thing I noticed It always spills over. Like here, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. This is in the hallways clearly, and what's this?
Now they're outside.
Now they're in the parking lot, and the moms are fighting and shit like that. Like there's the mom getting involved.
It's like those birthday candles where you blow it out and you think it's done, and then like one pops up, and then you blow it out, and then another one pops up.
Yeah,
like
everyone's like, chill, we're done fighting, and then you see somebody going like this, like a girl.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the trick birthday candles. Here's one of the 41-year-old who was arrested and then released without charges after she was arrested. I say lock her up. Yeah. Just on one look. Got the neck tattoo. Got that fighting look. You know,
fighting Somalis.
Yeah, fighting Somalis. Which I get.
I get that.
I get it. But it's a school.
Last piece of our immigration section. This was like a thing that they did big time in, there was the Supreme Court decision.
Yeah, we have to talk about this. So the video you just saw of the guys who are at the border, Edwin and what was his name? Looking for Border Patrol. The Supreme Court just ruled on that. This just broke like right as we were filming. U.S. Supreme Court on 5-4 vote allows federal agents to cut razor wire Texas installed on U.S.-Mexico border. So a loss for state rights there. Amy Coney Barrett and Justice Roberts voted with the libs on this one.
I never liked Amy Coney Barrett.
I never really liked her that much. I never thought she had that. There's people who have that dog in them.
She doesn't have a dog. She's a girl.
Clarence Thomas has that dog in him. Amy Coney Barrett's like, well, we can't be too mean.
I got a lot of pressure.
And I mean, to be fair, this is a total argument of like federal versus state rights. And like, it's weird. And it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, technically the federal government has the right to control the border, but we didn't think it would be used for the opposite of controlling the border.
That was like in case the federal need to come over the top because the state's not doing enough.
Exactly.
And instead, now the federal's the bad guys. I hate federal.
And it's backwards and upside down. So, that just happened. We'll see what happens. But all these little wins we've had recently has been the Texas National Guard and state police and stuff like that. And so we'll see how they handle it. I want Governor Abbott to like pick a fight with the federal government and to have like a standoff moment, but we'll see.
I hate federal. All right, last piece of our immigration section before we move on. I saw this ad or this meme from Europe, and it was basically on one side said, want to fight climate change? Have fewer children, which is like the message that people are told in these European countries.
Nice little picture of 3 white babies.
So have fewer kids. And then the other article says refugee influx helps halt. Can you read it?
Refugee influx helps halt decline in Germany's population.
So on one hand, they tell you, don't have kids. Things are so unstable. Can you afford it? There's climate change.
But we can't have the population decline.
Yeah, there's so much instability. Don't have kids. It's too scary. And then on the other hand, they go, well, no one had kids, so we have to bring in all these third worlders, which brings more instability and then less kids.
Yeah.
So it's something to keep an eye out for because I saw that and I was like, damn, dog, that's what they're doing to us.
It's ugly.
All right, last page of housekeeping. Make sure you guys use this opportunity to help us juice the algo, tickle the post, juice the algo, leave a comment again, then tell us what you want to tell us. Like the video, notifications on, send stuff to our P.O. Box.
Yeah.
Our P.O. Box
is slowing down.
Yeah.
We want it
manageable now. Yeah. It's manageable now.
Thank you for everyone who sent something.
Does it feel like to you that our lives are flying by lately?
Kind of.
Things are going fast.
Yeah.
Like I look at the number of the show, like episode 140, and it's like, dude, months feel like weeks.
2 a week. You don't have much time to sit and think about it. You got to just keep writing the next episode,
I feel like life is like this. It's like a free fall now. And it's just going faster and faster and faster until we reach terminal
200?
Terminal velocity. Terminal velocity.
Okay. Yeah.
So time feels like it's going too fast. That's all I wanted to say.
All right. That's fair.
We had some show AI fan art.
Yeah.
That, first we got the AI fan art, and then we gave some notes.
Yeah. Well, this is my personal favorite here. Big Fleccas, as I call him. Big Chungus. Fleccas got a little bit of a fat guy treatment.
I got cooked. What happened?
And for me, it was very generous.
Where does AI even base this off of?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But then we made some notes and said, make me less fucking disgustingly fat and addicted to seed oils. And they made a nice one where they made you fat on one of them.
Yeah, they pigged me out and they gave you some sort of hipster tattoo.
So that's what I would have been if I had continued on the path of eating seed oils. We stopped doing that. So I'm going to probably look more like the hot, skinny guy.
All right.
Let's go to the Squid Ink restaurant fail.
You kind of gave it away with that, didn't you?
So it shoots on everybody. Complete blackface. Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah. Not offensive to me because it's squid ink and I don't care, you know?
The Chinese don't care. They like it.
Yeah, that's funny.
They think it's hilarious. And it is. And they're right.
Yeah.
Last clip of housekeeping, the laser removal.
Removing rust on a shovel head.
So
it's called Zaps It Off.
Zaps It Off. And this, for me, is in the same category, under the same umbrella as magnets.
Ooh.
When it comes to like, what the fuck is going on? I can't explain this. This is basically alien technology for humans, and we're pretending it's normal and not. That's alien technology.
Okay.
You're shooting nothing at a metal thing, and it's like from far, it's reacting to it. That seems like alien shit to me.
All right. High-level analysis at the end of housekeeping here.
I saved it for the end.
Yeah.
I saved it for the end. All right. Well, that is the end of housekeeping. We're moving on now to Cringe of the Week. We have a fantastic Cringe of the Week. Our first clip is the trans golfer.
Yeah, here's the video clip. This guy ended up winning an event, and now I think he's on his way to like the pipeline of the LPGA. He's like one more win away from the LPGA, whose like mission is to help women and excel at golf. And then there's this fucking guy
who just throws a skirt on and crushes it. He played golf in college.
Yeah, he's got the body frame of a mid-40s man, you know, and so that's good enough to do the LPGA, obviously. Look at he holes out. And so, you know, a lot of times I think when we get into Cringe of the Week, I go, you know, are we being too mean? Are we just hurting like people for no reason or talking shit about kind of normal people? And then I go, no. This fucking guy shows up to the LPGA and thinks he's going to like qualify and get on and win trophies. And I say, we're not even mean enough.
Because he just throws a skirt on. Says, oh, I'm a scratch golfer. I'll buy a skirt from Amazon and I'll go make a ton of money off the LPGA Tour.
Yeah, and then John Daly spoke out against this. Obviously, everybody should be speaking out against this, but there's this class of like fake world people who just go, he hasn't really broken any laws yet. We're still the governing board. We're yet to make a decision, you know? So it seems like nobody else has that kind of like executive power. Like, we got to nip this in the bud.
That's a good point. And this guy, there's multiple types of trans people. This guy is the late adult onset fetish shit type.
Jerks off, strokes his shit.
He likes to get bricked up from wearing the fetish shit women's clothes, and people have to call him a lady, and he gets bricked up from that.
Yeah.
Same with Admiral Levine.
Of course, yeah. And
same boat.
Which those types of trans people are the least sympathetic. And especially those guys, like, if you're going to be Admiral Levine and you're going to be a girl, whatever, but then to join the sports too, the LPGA when you're this, like that should be ridiculed as much as possible and a joke. The other two main categories, as I see it, are the Munchausen by proxy child, where the kid is with a leftist liberal mom and God forbid he accidentally tells her he likes pink one time.
And then the mom's like a crazy narcissist person who just like, oh yeah, you're a girl now. We're getting you on hormones.
And then it gets into a cycle of reinforcement where the kid like doesn't really know and he's too ingrained into this like cycle that the mom introduced. And then the other one is like the autistic, awkward teenager who kind of has like that one friend or one person who kind of introduces them to this ideology and then gets groomed online.
Yeah, TikTok shit.
TikTok shit. The online finishes them off. And so 2 out of those 3 I feel bad for.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The kids who don't know what's happening, Munchausen mommy, obviously that's the worst because that's the youngest. The other kids who get led astray by some adults and their friend group and then internet strangers online. But man, I really have no room in my heart for these adult onset fetish lady golfer ones.
Yeah. And like you said, the adult onset fetish shit in sports, that's the worst combo. And that's why we got to vote for Trump to get these people out.
Yeah. All right.
He's got a big deportation plan, and I haven't looked too far into it or read it, the proposal, but I think it might include these trans people.
I think they might be on the buses.
They're
I
getting
think
on
they
the
might
bus.
get on the buses and get out.
And
you know?
sent to Guadalajara
Ooh.
with all the illegals.
Ooh.
All right, let's move on to the Netflix hosted gay podcast, Twinks.
A few more words.
Pretty much summed it up.
Netflix is a joke radio on Sirius XM. So, like, you know, we're kind of the counterculture talking about reality and shit like that. And then this is what the mainstream Twinks are up to.
He knows this. Like, I'm fully gonna marry this man. Like, you know, and like, I think we're sort of waiting for like an arbitrary amount of time, but I know it's gonna happen. The only guessing game for him now is like when. Yeah,
that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
I think you should hide the ring between your and your balls.
Okay.
So when he goes down on you, he's like, "What is this thing right
well,
here?"
maybe I'll propose with a straight up ring.
Oh,
you know? There are no rules for us. We can do whatever we want.
A ring. I'm picturing a ring with a
fucking diamond
on it.
Yeah.
You notice how they get to the same degenerate, weird sex place at the same exact time because their brains are like tuned in and they're like both weird sex guys?
How do I bring a blowjob into this? How do I bring sucking into this?
At the same time, they're like, blowjob, sucking. So
there's
like,
no punchline. There's no anything. It's just put it on his dick.
Yeah. And then they even said, oh, it's 2023. There's no rules for us. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah. It's always been.
That's what we've noticed. I think by 2030, these are going to be examples of like your average straight guy.
That's dark.
That's dark. But if things keep going a certain direction, that's kind of how it would be.
And I don't even get why you get married. You're already doing all the disgusting shit with each other. You can move into his apartment. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
What, do you want to go visit him in the fake hospital bed when someone wants to keep you, some big racist, sexist guy wants to keep you from seeing your husband when he's on his deathbed?
Yeah.
That's like the one scenario they have.
So you can make like inappropriate comments to the male nurse.
Yeah.
Sexually assault people.
Hey, that's what Netflix is up to, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what Netflix is up to. That's the Netflix opposition to our show.
Yeah.
Two straight guys, two gay guys, that kind of thing. Obviously, never take dating advice from these people. We tell you all the time, if you take dating advice from gay guys, they're going to tell you to try to fuck the waiter.
Yeah.
You know?
The Uber driver. Anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody near you.
But another thing you never do with gay guys is trust them to catch you in a trust fall situation. Watch this next clip. Oh, you're having fun. You're drunk.
Main character.
My life's a movie. It's like that movie Project X.
Tailbone.
And look at this other camera angle. Look at this guy on the left. You thought he was going to catch you?
Didn't even move his arms.
Yeah, never trust your full body weight to twink types or those who are even twink adjacent.
That's true.
Because those guys may have been straight, but they're twink adjacent just based on their body types. You can't rely on these people. You can't employ them either.
Yeah, you really shouldn't even let them near your house.
That's a separate discussion. Though.
Yeah, you start.
They're going to come late to your job with a very complex Starbucks order.
Yeah.
You have to ignore it.
Start ignoring federal laws to get these people out.
Yeah. Can't bring my knee up.
Don't do it.
I'm so comfortable when it's up, though.
And it's so disgusting when we see it.
It's just my leg. All right, let's move on. The Twitch streamer got mad that someone was recording her butt even though she was in public with her butt out.
Excuse me.
It basically ends there.
Fucker.
But she just gets mad, calls him a fucker because he filmed her, but she was filming herself to promote her butt on the computer. So she's okay when the computer people look at her butt for free, but when a guy looks at her butt for free in real life, she gets upset.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's consistent. That's a huge violation, but it's the same thing that pays her bills, I guess. This is the same with gym women.
Yeah.
They post the videos of look at this guy, look at my ass, but all you do is post ass and hip thrusts and squatting all day.
Exactly.
I feel like we've covered this before, but it's nice to
Just
see a
type.
refreshed example.
Exactly. And also keep in mind, you don't really have the expectation of privacy in public.
Mhm.
Like if we go do a man in the street, if you're getting interviewed, you can't say, don't record me because you're in public. You have no expectation of privacy. So this person is mad that she's being recorded, but it's like, maybe you shouldn't wear something that's so revealing that people are going to take pictures of it because it's so rare to see when you're in public because you have no expectation of privacy in public.
Yeah, maybe if you're going to do the borderline porn Twitch stuff, you should do it in the comfort of your own home. And then there's also the higher creep and higher, groper types than ever out there. Mm-hmm. We just let in 3 million migrants
who've never seen anything like this.
Who've never seen a white woman's ass like that, who squats, They come from Senegal. They see skinny, rail-thin black women. So,
Or people with like coverings.
Yeah, maybe.
They're going to Awooga Max.
Awooga and Henchman Max combined?
Yeah, that's the problem. When you Awooga Max from a third world country.
That's a little different than our Awooga Maxing.
Yeah, it's illegal. We're talking 1950s America Awooga Maxing. They're talking like.
We're talking, come here, toots. And then you spin her around. They're doing zombie type shit.
And then they just black out and they go crazy.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. We have 2 clips of cringe left. The plus-size park hoppers.
Yeah, this is a new segment of the population I had no idea about.
Have you ever been seated at a restaurant and found that you couldn't fit comfortably in the seat or booth? Hey everyone, we're plus-size park hoppers, and we range in sizes from 2X to 5X. Like this video and follow us for more plus-size Disney content. We're starting a new dining series called If I Fits, I Sits. In this series, we'll go to different restaurants on Disney property and beyond, showing you the types of seating they offer, whether or not we find it comfortable, and we'll also review the food. We know how it feels to walk into a restaurant.
You get the point.
Yeah, and it says follow us for more plus-size Disney content. And it's like for a couple more years.
Yeah. There's niche, and then there's niche.
Yeah.
Plus-size Disney adults. And apparently there's enough of them to sustain an influencer market economy. So, I don't know. Should we be worried about the state of America? Do we need 3 million third worlders? Are all of our people just fat women going to Disney and filming content on the chairs?
Yeah.
You see that sturdy chair she filmed too? She was like, this one's a good one.
If you get propped on this chair, you could feed no problem.
Oh, yeah. They might even pull up a trough.
And so you could feed without breaking the seat.
What do you think, seat oil types? And this one's got a fan attached to her necklace. So
cool her down so she can feed easier. Yeah. She doesn't want to overheat while she's feeding. She could, if she eats spicy while she's feeding, she could really start sweating. Real glistening, real glistening shit.
We range from 2X to 5X. It's like, there's some girl watching this who's 6X and she wants to go to Disney and goes, oh man, I'll never know.
And the one who's 2X, that's probably the gluten-free one.
Yeah.
If they mentioned one of us is gluten-free, probably the 2X.
Isn't it so weird that instead of getting to a point where like, wow, this is rock bottom, we were talking about this. There was another guy who we know who we found out he weighed 494 pounds. And that means he went from rock bottom, 350, to a new rock bottom, 375, to a new rock bottom, 400. So he hit like 5 or 6 rock bottoms,
You get to 500 and you're like, damn, I wish I was 350.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And so these women, though, like, instead of hitting rock bottom and having a wake-up moment, they were like, let's just film content about it. Isn't that kind of crazy that their brain went there? Like, I'll help other fatties ride Disney, go to Disney and eat there. And they're doing all the restaurants at Disney. The rides are out of the question.
Yeah.
The rides are already gone.
Yeah. It's not about how to fit on the rides. I know. Because the rides are completely off the table.
Hey, I feel bad, but then I remember these people, like, I don't know. They're trying to show other fat people how good it is to go to Disney, and then not one of them has said, I'll start my weight loss journey.
That's a good point.
I don't know.
And 350 is rock bottom, like you said, so I've never hit rock bottom.
Nice job. Well, that's one rock bottom. 300 would be rock bottom for me.
For you.
Yeah. All right.
All right, last clip of Cringe of the Week. This is just more of a PSA than anything. Don't destroy your above-ground pool up ground from your neighbor's house?
Sure. That's like an old adage. Like 2 in the bird, whatever. All right, here we go.
2 in the hands, 1 in the bush. Yeah.
This guy does no math.
Slice the bitch.
He does really no math.
Jeez, how many gallons is this? Guy's got like a classic car on the hill.
That's gonna go in their yard and like their house and everything.
Of course it is. That's not even, the water's not even all out yet. You didn't think of it?
Some people, man.
He just thought it was going to get soaked up by the ground.
Yeah.
It's like when it rains. You know, it just soaks it up.
Yeah, it rains 50,000 gallons in one spot in 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
That's how it rains.
You know, like when it rains.
How many gallons is that? I got to start. I got to figure that out.
Yeah, don't even say a number because if it's off, I'll
get cooked.
Yeah, you'll lose credibility.
I'd say 8,000 gallons.
I'm not going to answer because I have no idea. All right, let's move on. Don't get too down or too depressed. Moving on to Urban Decay. It's going to get a little worse.
It is good. It's actually a funny Urban Decay, though.
Yeah. All right, our first clip of Urban Decay. A child was attacked at the mall, and no one knows why.
This was in Detroit, by the way.
It took a turn at the food court near Mrs. Fields' Cookies.
So I checked my phone, and then just that woman came up and hit my head against the glass. I started crying, and then she turns around, she starts laughing at me, and then she puts on her mask and runs away.
Police would later identify the woman as 25-year-old Rihanna Valentine.
She took her hand on the back of my neck and slammed it into the glass.
Valentine now charged with a misdemeanor and on tether for the attack.
I don't know why. I mean, I didn't do anything to her.
It's the million-dollar question.
For a grown woman to hit a child is just doesn't make sense to me. I can't understand why she would do that.
Even mall security and Troy police only have theories. One thing is for sure. Surveillance video shows Sophia did nothing wrong.
They said there was nothing. There's no explanation for why she did this.
Little Sophia, all 40 pounds of her, wiped away tears and was able to give security a description of Valentine, who came back to the mall a day later. That's when police moved in, making the arrest. We talked to Troy police about this. Captain Josh Jones. He says the only theory that he can come up with is that maybe Brianna Valentine was trying to show off for the people that she was with, maybe a joke or something like that. But we're talking about a 25-year-old woman here.
Can't figure out why.
40-pound, 10-year-old white girl. And you saw the mugshot.
Yeah, and the girl did nothing, but maybe she was trying to show off in front of her friends.
Probably a joke or something, right?
Yeah, no one can figure it out. It's $1 million question. The police chief doesn't know.
The news anchor doesn't know.
The media, the parents, no one can figure it out. And you can't make any assumptions.
Yeah.
You can't just assume it's a racially motivated attack, but that's what they've probably done countless other times.
Yeah.
With George Floyd and all the other fake hoaxes that have gone around, Jussie Smollett. We actually have a clip of them talking about race all the time.
And this heated exchange quickly became racist. Claims of racist bullying, claims silenced, according to Tatiana Vanderlaan.
It does say racism is for
You can fill in the blank, an anti-racist message with a bite.
So that's the anchor who specifically was reporting on this story, Jessica Dupnack, right? Mm-hmm. And we're not really like attacking her or anything, but at a certain point, it's like race. I've been talking about it for years. George Floyd, it's been jumping to the front of our mind whenever a black person's involved. But when the little 10-year-old white girl gets attacked randomly at the Detroit Mall, and all we've been talking about for the last 10 years is racial grievances and how bad the police are and stuff like that, nobody thinks to go, maybe this might have a racial element to it. Because this is the same thing as the random attack in D.C. that we covered, like probably last week. It's either a mentally ill crazy person who needs to be immediately dealt with, or it's a racial attack, a hate crime on a 10-year-old girl, right?
Yeah, but they can't figure it out.
The police chief, he goes, he's doing his head like a cartoon, like, oh, gee.
Maybe she's doing a joke.
Maybe it's a joke, boss. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. But any other situation when race is involved, they immediately jump to it's a racist attack, or it's a racist arrest, or it's a racist graffiti on the school.
White perpetrator, black victim, race had to play an element, right?
Every single time.
Black perpetrator, white victim, then all of a sudden everyone's in this fake world where everyone's confused and they go, jeez, I'm racking my brain for this, boss. Mm-hmm. I can't quite figure it out.
And also, there's an ongoing theme that people say that like police are out to get black people.
Yeah.
Well, when you do an unprovoked attack on a 40-pound child who's 10 years old and you get a misdemeanor for it.
Yeah, that was another part. Misdemeanor and like what, an ankle tracker?
Yeah, police are out to get us. It's like you attacked a child, an innocent child, and they let you go.
Yeah, the most innocent and like helpless part of the community. The only other thing is like a child or a super old person with a walker.
Yeah.
You're the one who needs to really, really go away.
Exactly.
I'd be checking Facebook posts, DMs. I'd be checking everything because we need to find out what this person says in her free time about white people or about little kids. I think this lady was ugly and jealous of like a cute girl with her life ahead of her. You know what I mean?
An innocent.
I'm 25 on food stamps in Detroit.
I'm hanging out at the mall 2 days in a row.
2 days in a row. And this is another thing, like where we've talked about how the places where you need a key card or where you need a membership to go, like Costco is the future. You need a membership. It keeps the riffraff out. The mall, the places that used to be like hangouts for a homogenous community are not going to be trending in the right direction. It's going to be trending more toward random 10-year-old racial attack than it is, and like everyone's happy.
And like migrants hanging out at the mall.
Yeah.
That's where they're going to go.
Where do you think the 3 million people are going to hang out? They don't have a job. They're going to hang out at the mall, and they're going to grab some ass. They're going to punch a kid. You know, probably some rapes too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're going to hit them all the crime categories.
Yep, that's what's coming.
But I just hate how this is like some big fake world thing. The news anchor, the parents, the police chief. Nobody can go, this might be racially motivated because all this country has done for the past 10 years is talk about race, and every article is about how white people are doing X, Y, Z, you know? Mm-hmm. And then, when the attack comes, I forgot.
What could it be?
I'm really stupid now.
Could be anything.
I was smart. I was smart last week, but now I'm stupid, right?
Yeah, I can't do that team extrapolation anymore.
Exactly.
All right, let's move on. You know how you always hear those stories? It's mostly racially based where they're like, this black man was put in jail for 20 years because they found him with a joint.
Yeah.
You know, stories like that.
Of course.
So there was one that came across our timeline via Mimetic Sisyphus, who obviously everyone should follow. He's linked in the description.
Yep.
He's a consigliere to the show. We love him. He's like the smartest guy I know.
Is he a wartime consigliere as well?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah? So he's not Tom Hagen? He's
one of our best men.
All right. Okay.
Is that a Godfather reference?
Yeah.
We just watched Godfather.
Tom Hagen.
We just watched Godfather.
And as we know, Tom Hagen was not a wartime consigliere.
Yeah. Good point.
All right. So, the headline was Willie Simmons has served 38 years for a $9 robbery. And it just makes you think, gee, these white people who run the prison system, they're keeping him up, right?
They're locking everyone up. And then what did he say?
Mimetic Sisyphus goes, this comes from an actual case where a habitual felon violently assaulted a man for his wallet. This robbery got him life in jail for being a habitual criminal and showing an escalation from nonviolent to violent crimes. The left, of course, sold it as he only stole $9.
Exactly. And then we get these stories, and then we have like the Muppets in the media, like D.L. Hewley and Ibram X. Kendi, like, the pipeline to the prison system is so bad, and white people just want to lock black people up for nothing. This guy only stole $9. But the reality, and here's some people tweeting that.
Yeah, 10 years sounds like a max even then. Habitual crime plus escalation from nonviolent to violent criminal equals 38 years in jail. To me, it's a $9 robbery. The left is correct. 3 previous nonviolent crimes. Army veteran wrestles man for wallet, immediately arrested, 25-minute trial, in prison for 41 years. And, you know, you can argue about the length of the prison sentence, right? But the fact that he picked a target and was too stupid to figure that somebody only had $9 and he only knows that after getting away with the theft doesn't really make the crime any less bad, you know?
Exactly. Like, he got locked up for stealing $9. And it's like, well, why did he violently attack someone to steal $9?
Yeah, that seems even worse.
That's like not a good guy for society.
And then if the guy had $2,500, like a fat wad of cash in his pocket with a rubber band, then okay, yeah, 38 years is good. Like we're predicating his sentencing based on how good of a heist it was. Like, I don't think so. I think the willingness to attack someone on the street we're done.
Yeah.
You know?
And Mimetic Sisyphus rounded it all up pretty nicely with the truth.
Yeah, he said, man steals something, is caught, goes to jail, is released. Man steals more things, is caught, goes to jail, is released. Man starts to break into home, is caught, goes to jail, is released. Man attacks person to steal something, is caught, goes to jail forever. Whenever we see that random murder that was done by a guy with 50 arrests and a dozen felonies, everyone goes, why was he on the street? Well, it's because of people like this. And he's talking about the leftists arguing to free this guy.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously he had a long rap sheet. That's why he's in jail for a long time. But the narrative gets switched by all the Muppets. Cops are killing us like George Floyd. Cops are arresting us for nothing like that guy who stole the $9.
Yeah.
They're shutting down all the stores in the hood because they hate black people.
Yeah, like the big corporations, they smoke cigars and they go, how do we take away a store from the black people?
Yeah, we don't want them buying stuff.
They're not profit driven at all. And then, like I said, how good you are at executing a crime doesn't determine how much time you get.
like, oh, you only got $9. It's like, no, you attacked someone, emptied their pockets, and then found only $9. You attacked a person you didn't even stake out.
It should actually play against you. Yeah. Like, you were willing to assault someone for $9? Wow, gee.
Bad heist.
Bad heist. You should really be away.
All right. Page 2 of Urban Decay. A black woman ran over a cop.
Yeah, this was in New York, right?
Yep. So the cop's here. She's going the wrong way on the one street, on the one way. And she runs him over.
Wow.
And the quote that was said was she wanted to teach him a lesson.
That's weird.
She got let out on a misdemeanor.
Why would someone want to teach a cop a lesson?
Because they're convinced that cops are killing everybody.
Is there a ton of rhetoric against police that's been popularized by even mainstream CNN types over the last 10 years?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Exactly.
So who's responsible for this guy getting run over by a retard?
She probably wanted to teach him a lesson for all the unarmed black people that are killed. And then she got let off with a misdemeanor.
No.
So a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
Not even a big deal, I guess.
Crazy.
That's how it's so hard for black folks with the cops, though. They're getting hunted. You run them over with the car and they let you out. Like, what are you talking about?
Backwards and upside down.
Yep. All right. Next, Oakland InNOut.
Yeah, there's kind of a two-piece story on Oakland here that was a little bit refreshing to see. Basically, InNOut is closing a long-time Oakland location. And instead of tiptoeing around it, like, you know how we talked about the race-related thing earlier, how everyone was living in the fake world there? Same thing with the border. Everybody loves to chill in the fake world. Well, InNOut dipped a toe in the real world, and they kind of just let it loose. We have made the decision to close InNOut Burger location in Oakland, California due to ongoing issues with crime. Despite taking repeated steps to create safer conditions, our customers and associates are regularly victimized by car break-ins, property damage, theft, and armed robberies. Our last day of business in Oakland will be Sunday, March 24th, 2024. And it goes on to say we're thankful for the Oakland community. It gives a little bit of lip service, but...
That's nice. Usually they just give some like general statement that doesn't really say what happened.
And
they're saying what happened.
And all the Walgreens that closed in San Francisco, you know, they weren't honest. They were living in the fake world. The Nike store that closed in Portland, they lived in the fake world. They didn't want to upset too many people. But this InNOut goes, yeah, it's like a fucking war zone out here. We can't keep doing this. And, you know, with that, how many jobs did they lose, right, for that community? And do you think Oakland, somebody's going to come right in and step up and take that InNOut location with the great parking lot and drive through? And
we could be a drive-through restaurant. What happened to the last one? Oh, they got robbed too much. They couldn't make any money.
Their employees were assaulted and robbed, and they had their windows shattered.
Maybe we'll be a bank.
And there were some stories on Twitter from this InNOut. The parking lot was always filled with glass, like people from pipping. They call it pipping the windows, you know, when they just hit you with that like glass breaker and then reach in, pop your trunk, do the thing. So, I mean, it's just a crime-ridden shithole. They said we're leaving because it's a crime-ridden shithole. Another piece to this story, TikTok food critic Keith Lee. If you guys know who Keith Lee is, he does TikTok. He's super viral on TikTok for food reviews, right? And he announced that he was going to go to Oakland, and he cut short his California Bay Area tour saying, quote, it's not for tourists right now.
That's like how that's like how the UN talks about like piracy off of the coast of Somalia.
Yeah, warning to all ship captains: piracy is off the charts here in the Strait of Gibraltar or whatever.
We don't have the resources to get you.
Exactly.
Do not travel the Straits of Hormuz.
It is not for cargo ships right now.
That's like how it is in Oakland. It's not for tourists right now.
He's treating it like it's a war zone or something, which I believe him. I think it is, right?
Of course.
And so, like, we're coming to this point where pockets of America are just, like, anarcho-lawlessness. And, you know, good luck. InNOut can't thrive there. There can't be a Walgreens here anymore. And then what's it going to be? Like, developers buy it all up and then make a backdoor deal with the city to actually start enforcing the laws?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's probably going to be it.
But in the meanwhile, decay, and everyone who lives in the fake world goes, wow, why is everything leaving? What's happening? Because
food deserts. They hate black people, probably.
Yeah. There will be a whole 5,000-word think piece in the Washington Post about it, but nobody wants to acknowledge reality, I guess.
Exactly. Last clip of Urban Decay, the Houston failed influencer. Yeah. So this woman moved to Houston, and she had to get brought into a shelter with her 3 kids, and here's what happened.
Nobody has to be left in the cold tonight. The mayor toured this warming center in Acres Homes this afternoon. It's one of dozens spread throughout Harris County tonight, giving shelter to those who couldn't find a warm place to sleep.
Get somewhere safe and warm for the night until I'm able to figure out at least how to get home.
Kiara Jones came to Houston from Tallahassee at the start of the new year, chasing after a dream.
This is like one of the biggest populations of the social media influencers. That's kind of my goal, to become a big influencer.
She'd been staying at a motel this month with her
3 little munchkins.
They're all on the iPads.
3 little munchkins while mommy wants to go to Houston to be an influencer.
Yeah, being an influencer, you know, the thing that you can do pretty much from anywhere as long as you have like a vision and a niche to do it. She had to go to Houston for that.
You need like a green screen. You can do anything at your home. There's people who are just overweight people who go to Disney and they're influencers, as we discussed.
Yeah. There's a guy who puts food on maggots.
Yeah.
And films them eating it over time.
And he just does a time lapse of the maggots eating the food.
But she had to go to Houston. And you know what they say about taking creative risks?
Don't do it in your 20s when you're young and free. Wait until you have a lot of emotional and family baggage and then take the leap.
And then 3 kids.
Yeah, 3 kids. And then you take the leap.
No money.
And then you go into a Houston shelter from Tallahassee. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so wait till you're 40 and have no money and 3 kids and then take a creative risk and go after your influencer career.
And you just know this woman is drawing welfare or EBT or something. And it's like, okay, time. It's not the time to take a leap and move somewhere. If you're on welfare or EBT, you got to stay put. I'm sorry. Yeah. You got to live in squalor and stay put.
Exactly. Next to people who are in the same position.
I think there's a girl who literally just randomly cleans bathrooms.
Yeah, we showed her cleaning the airplane bathroom.
She's an influencer. You didn't need to go to Houston.
You don't need to go to Houston. What are they going to do in Houston? Give you the followers? You still have to make the content. And it's the content about Houston. And if the answer is no...
It's all about like I'm going to go to the Alamo one week. That's in San Antonio. And then I'm going to go here.
I'm a Texas cultural influencer.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
All right. Well, don't get too down or too depressed. We are moving on to Uplifting Gold. We have a great Uplifting Gold this week. Our first clip is the money cut guy. Now, you're going to be saying to yourself, why is this an uplifting? I will explain after.
He's on his knees.
So he's on his knees and he's giving money to her on the ground in the store. And you're probably wondering, why is this an Uplifting Gold?
Yeah, why?
Are you wondering?
I'm wondering, yeah.
Have you guys ever walked into a place or into a restaurant or, in a crowded area and felt not that confident or kind of anxious because you think everyone's watching you or looking at you?
Mm-hmm.
This guy right here is embarrassing himself so bad. He's fully humiliating himself. He's on the ground giving money to this girl in front of everybody on camera, and no one even notices.
Wow.
That's the takeaway. There's people in the background who are coming and going, and no one's going, what's that guy doing giving money to that lady? What's going on here? This is weird.
Why is he on his knees?
Yeah. No one even notices. No one cares. Everyone's an NPC just like floating on autopilot through their life. They might not even be real people. Half the people are bots. So I think we've confirmed that already.
Mm-hmm. This guy's notices. You see him at the top of the screen?
But even then, he just kind of looks.
Yeah.
And no one even like fully sees what's going on. Like the black couple that walks by.
Yeah.
Watch them walk by at the very end.
Nobody looks. They're on their way to be. They're on their way to Houston.
They don't even know to go, oh, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
So this guy's
could be a proposal too,
Yeah.
He's on when are guys on their knees in front of a girl?
So
like one instance in life.
Exactly. So remember that next time when you think everyone's looking at you and you're embarrassed and you're anxious, or you walk into the gym, you think everyone's staring, no one even notices, everyone's an NPC, do whatever you want. Not whatever you want, but
most of the shit you want.
If you're like a nice show watcher, don't hold back or feel anxious or uncomfortable because you think everyone's watching, because most people besides the show watchers are NPCs.
That's true. Everybody who doesn't watch the show, they're basically a computer thing, simulation.
And they're just meant to kind of fill in the background so your life seems real.
So true.
So you go to the store and no one's there. You have to have a couple people walking around the store. They're not going to buy anything. If you watch them on the tape, they just walk in circles and then they leave and then they spawn elsewhere.
That's it.
Same with traffic.
Yeah.
If you ever get into traffic, it's because the bad guys are trying to stop you from where you're going at a certain time.
That's true. That's true. That's dead true.
That's true. Thank you, Rat Boy. All right, moving on. New thermal camera crop dusting. Last week, I did a joke clip about the guy who was accused of shitting his pants that my mom thought was really funny. This is another one I sent to my mom that she thought is so funny.
I'm Justin. I'm one of the store managers. We have new thermal cameras in here.
Okay.
And we noticed that you've been like crop dusting as you've been walking.
What's that?
Like farting. I don't know if you've been walking like farting because we've seen like thermal that you've been like farting out. You're behind. I don't know. You've been letting them go at all or?
I didn't realize it.
No, maybe just like one squeaked out or something.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Maybe just try to keep it under control. But as long as you're not, as long as you're not trying to.
Sorry.
No, I mean it happened, but we just got new cameras in here because it's kind of been smelling, like shit. So,
really?
but maybe one squeaked out or something. But yeah,
okay. I didn't
do
even
it.
realize you had those kind of cameras.
Yeah.
It's kind of smelling like shit. So yeah, that's pretty good.
That is good, and he's right. Farts do show up on thermal.
And they got those types of cameras. So next time you're in the store, you better watch out. That guy got caught. All right, the No Nut November.
Is that the same guy?
No, I don't think. Okay. I don't think. Maybe the same kid. I don't know.
All right.
This is good. This is uplifting.
No Nut November or Dry January?
I don't know. I love pistachios, and I eat pistachios, almonds, cashews, macadamia nuts. I love all of them.
Yes.
I couldn't choose, to be honest.
Honey roasted?
No, salty.
Okay. Smoked?
Never.
Okay.
So No Nut November or Dry January, and he thinks he's talking about pistachios. That's nice.
That's a guy who doesn't have a jerking off problem.
Yep. He's not addicted to the computer. He's not twitchy and like this because he watches porn so much. He's functioning in society and assuming everyone else is on his level of functioning in society. He's talking to a harlot girl, Jezebel, who's trying to talk about jerking off to him.
Yeah, trying to talk about slut shit.
He doesn't have it.
Not great.
Good to know. All right, awkward elevator questions. This is pretty funny. This is actually uplifting, so it's more...
This guy goes 4 for 4, actually.
Yeah.
Today's your lucky day. You're on America's new favorite show, Awkward Questions on an Elevator. Question number 1, Trump or Biden? Which one's better for the country? Trump. Okay. Do they, thems? Can a kid be a they/them? No. Okay. Let's see. Drake or Kanye? Drake. Kanye. Okay, that's my guy. Anything else, Ron? Oh, Israel or Palestine? None. Okay, I like that. America first.
Our boy.
That was my favorite answer. None. I don't want to be involved in that one.
Yeah, let them do the blood feud.
Yeah.
I don't care. Leave my money to us. Love to see that. He got it all right. And that guy who does these awkward elevator conversations.
He's the Trump impersonator as well, Jason Scoop, right?
Yeah, exactly. At Jason Scoop. And he's also headlining the Addison Improv on January 30th in Dallas.
Buy tickets if you're in Dallas.
Yeah, it's not a paid promotion. I just think he's funny. And he told me he's going to be in Dallas. So if you guys are in Dallas on January 30th and want to see him at the Addison Improv, tickets are available. Go to at Jason Scoop's Instagram.
Tell him Fleccas sent you.
Tell him Fleccas sent you. That's what's up. All right. He
parlayed that nicely. What did you ask him? Like, hey, can I show this on the show?
I said, this is great. I'm going to show this on the show. And he goes, dude, thank you. If you happen to mention I'm headlining January 30th in Dallas. And I said, yeah, I will mention that.
Hey, shoot your shot.
And that counts as a small business shout out.
There you go.
We missed those. All right, little kid
I got
reading.
one for us next Friday.
Good,
I got one
good.
for us on Friday.
What day is today?
Tuesday episode.
Okay. The kid reading. This is good. This is a solid one.
Thank you for having me. I am here to speak to you about the importance and benefits of reading. I personally read every day and absolutely love the adventure of reading. I will stand before you and speak with confidence and not be afraid.
Isn't that so nice?
Kid's better than most adults.
And he's standing on a table. He's probably like 20, 30 pounds.
He's probably like, his age is in months. It's not even in years yet.
Yeah, and he does that. And I think we cut it short, but he also goes, I also have my library card on gang. And then he goes, what that means when someone asks him a question.
Yeah. No. Let's not slander the young man, but the library card on gang is a very funny bit.
Yeet, I have my library card on gang.
On slat.
Yeah. So that's nice to see.
Yeah. And you can tell, like, when someone reads, they read and then they speak in a certain way where there's no, like, you're reading words out loud and then that's how you speak. It's not like just talking with someone and then you pick up all their same mannerisms and then say what that means.
Yeah.
Like reading is actually, to a kid, is like steroids for a bodybuilder. Yeah. Reading to a kid, you give a kid milk in a book, becomes a human pretty quick.
That's a good idea.
All right.
All right, last one. Teaching kids about brake pads. And then we know this guy, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know him.
You take this freaking pad out right here. You see it?
Yes, sir.
See the pad?
Yes, sir.
Now, like I'm telling you, these don't need change. You understand?
Yes, sir.
These are fine. See how thick that is right there?
Yes,
if it needed to be changed, it would be way lower. Like it would be way close down. So you got a lot of thickness right there. That's how much thickness you got right there. You understand?
Yes,
you got plenty of time. But that's how you replace them. You replace it the same way you take it out. You understand?
Yes, sir.
You put it right back in the same.
Isn't that nice?
That's good.
Teaching brake pads. Not even spare tires. Spare tires is pretty easy but important. Brake pads, I don't even know how to do brake pads.
I see a couple 12-year-olds, though. These kids might not need to do brake pads for a couple of years. But no, I love this shit. That's the type of, yes, sir. You get them into a mode. You get them into like a listening mode.
And that's what childhood should be.
And they're not punks on the street.
Either playing sports or doing stuff where you have to say yes, sir, no, sir to somebody and be disciplined. What's this guy's Instagram?
New Emerging King.
New Emerging King. At New Emerging King. We've showed him before. He's great.
For what?
Uplifting Gold. Same kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
He was like teaching kids. He teaches kids all kinds of stuff.
Good.
How to tie a tie, how to be respectful, manners. They do a class like that.
Good.
So that guy's great. He has a great following, and he's up and coming, and he's getting noticed too, which is good.
Good.
At New Emerging King. All right, well, that's the end of the episode. Before we end the episode, I almost forgot. Do you know what I'm going to say?
No.
You don't. Chris Bennick's birthday.
Benoit.
We used to call him, well, my brother used to call him Benoit, but my best friend from high school, my Richard Rapboy before Richard Rapboy.
Sorry, stole him from you.
Bennick, it's his birthday yesterday. We got to give him a shout out. Him and I had so much fun in high school. Really good best friends. We were like just me and him were like a ride or die team. We went everywhere together.
Is he the one who called the Chinese food places and said, hey, this Lee, is Kim there?
Yeah, is Lee Chan there? And then they go, what are you talking about? And he go, hey, Chan, what's up? Hi, Lee Chan there. And then he would also call Chinese places and do the Chinese impression. Can I speak Chinese? And they go, yeah. And he go, and he would just go for like 30 seconds. He was so good at it. And also, I'm going to put my leg up for this last story.
Get out of here.
I want to so bad. Also, we used to do this trick. I may have even told the story in like bonus land, but we used to do this trick where him and I would have like lunch period free.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a gay teacher
Ooh.
Who was like really gay. And we kind of messed with him a little bit. And he was like a theater teacher. So every time him and I had a free period at lunch together, we'd find someone and say, yo, Calvo left his book. Can you bring this to Calvo? He's in this class right here, but he forgot it. It's an open book test. He's going to fail. Can you? And then he'd be like, why don't you bring it? And we go, we're cutting the class right now. And you go, okay. So every day someone would bring the book to the gay teacher's class and go, hey, Calvo left his book. And the guy would get so mad. He'd be like, why do you keep doing this? And he would get mad at the person bringing the book, who was just a stranger thinking they're doing a nice thing.
Henchman.
And then Calvo, who was like, had no say in it at all. And he'd be like, why every day you leave your book? And me and Bennick would like do these pranks on people. It was so good. Best one, but still counts as best friend for life.
Yeah.
Because we were best friends in high school. I haven't seen him lately, but still friends. He was a show watcher. Happy birthday, Bennick. We love you. Thank you guys for watching. Another Fleccas Talks in the books. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Bonus Land is where you find the bonus content. We have a new episode dropping right now. 30 minutes bonus land episode. And also next week, there's not going to be a Tuesday episode because I'm traveling to Vegas for a business meeting. But
on his Vespa. That sounded like a start of a sentence like that.
Yeah, but there is going to be a bonus land Q&A on Tuesday instead of the show. So if you've been thinking about joining, you're going to get some extra content on Tuesday. when there's no public episode. So get your squirts, get your fix. FleccasTalks.com is the website. Join today. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in bonus land.
I love pistachios, and I eat pistachios, almonds, cashews, macadamia nuts. I love all of them.